Hey everybody, it's Zach, and this look might be a little bit extreme for you guys, so if you're going to leave any hate comments or anything, just don't watch it. But this is a very grungy, kind of alien-esque inspired look, and it is all inspired by, dun-da-da-da, if I can freaking find it. Where did I put you? Okay, well, it's inspired by the NARS Illuminator. I'll show it later in the video. But it is in Coco Cabana, and I love it so much. And yeah, if you want to see how to achieve this really grungy, alien-esque, kind of avant-garde runway makeup. Okay, everybody, so the first thing we are going to start out by doing is just a primer. So I am taking my MAC Prep and Prime. This is Natural Radiance. I'm actually just going to put it on my hand. I don't know what I was doing putting it on my forehead. But anyway, just take about that much, which actually looks like a lot, but I'm just like rubbing it into my hands. It just primes your face and gets it ready for foundation, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Alright, so now that I have that Prep and Prime Natural Radiance on, which looks like this in a cool little sparkly bottle, I am going to use my Jack Black Intense Therapy Lip Balm, which I love. I've told you guys about these. I have so many, like, classy, so many, and let's just pretend like that didn't happen. Okay, I have so many. I have lemon and chamomile, vanilla and lavender, and mint, but I'm going to use lemon and chamomile today because I just really like it, and it smells so good. Okay, so you're just going to apply that. What I like to do is put like a little dot of it right there, and just smooth it with my finger. My lips are so dry right now. Alright. Now you'll feel all luxurious and everything. Okay, keep in mind, I am going to use a ton of this NARS Illuminating Bronze Illuminator in Copacabana, and I got this today. It's about $30, but I went ahead and spent my money in it just because it was perfect for this alien look, for giving that really high shine, very editorial, almost like, sorry, my lights are a little bit too bright, almost like editorial outer space kind of look, so I thought that would be really cool to get, and yeah, so I'm going to use a lot of that. But before I even start on that, ooh, this thing has powder on it, and I just cleaned my brushes, but as I said in the beginning, I recorded this video earlier and was not happy with it, so I'm redoing it. Okay, I got this little squirty bottle today at MAC for my, it's a little squirter you can put on for my Studio Fix fluid, and I really like it, so you can just kind of squirt it on your hand. Little caterpillar, little foundation caterpillar. Oh, I'm weird. Okay. I'm going to go off and put on my foundation. Alright everybody, so I'm back and I just did all of my foundation. As you can see, it's just my basic Studio Fix foundation with my C2 setting powder. And, okay, so now what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to contour before I add my illuminator. Is that what you guys do too when you do makeup? I'm kind of curious because I always like to contour and kind of build my face first and then do the illuminator or the highlight. So, I don't know if that's how you guys do it too, but first I'm going to do a bronzer. Part of the problem, I'm so smart, in my first video was my brush was wet, so it was like dragging the color across my face and I didn't know why, so it's dry now. Dry-ish, dry enough to record. Sorry, I was like looking in the mirror. Okay. So this bronzy just adds a little bit of, well, bronze back into my face and just makes it a little bit more alive because this foundation is extremely pale. It's not really getting the true color. There. Oh, thank goodness. I thought that light was going to, like, stay there and just, whoa. That light is, like, really annoying. It's too bright. I'm, like, really hyper right now. Since this is an alien, for the actual contouring part, I'm going to do a really harsh contour, so I'm going to use Bobbi Brown's dark brown. Is this dark brown? Oh, rich brown. sorry about that, Rich Brown, number 11. And wish me luck. So you are just going to make an extremely dark contour, much like an alien's angular face. I don't know. I picture an alien having an angular face. I don't really know though. So I'm going to really just buff that into the skin, and I'm going to go off and clean that up a little and make it okay, guys, I'm back, and as you can see, I have tape on my face, and that looks really attractive. But what I'm going to do first is kind of contour where the tape is. I'm trying to kind of change my bone structure to be more of an alien-esque bone structure with very sharp cheekbones and very sharp contouring. The cheekbones might not be like perfect right now, but once I add the illuminator, I think that'll help kind of diffuse it. So the first thing I'm going to do, as I did with my cheekbones, is I'm going to take the bronzer and put that right where the tape is and kind of extend it upward with that same Sigma large contouring brush. Okay, so that adds some of the definition, but what's going to add like the most definition is the Rich Brown by Bobbi Brown. Again, this is a lot different than my first alien look, because I had covered brows in my first alien look, and I'm not going to cover them for this video, but whoa! Tape comes off. And I'm going to fix that. But you can diffuse it a little bit if you would like. I kind of want to keep it like that, but that is that part. And what this whole look is based on, as I said earlier, is this Copacabana bronzer. No, illuminator. I'm such a good makeup artist. Okay, so you really don't need a ton of this. I'm just going to take a little bit of it, but I'm going to use a ton in this video on this little brush, just like this. This is a little MAC Duo Fiber brush. I think this is the 188, yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to add the highlight right there. Wow, that's a lot on that side. I'm kind of doing a V motion going from my eye to my cheekbone. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit more of it and put that down the bridge of my nose and in the middle of my forehead. I'm not going to contour my nose for this video. A little bit on your chin and Cupid's bow. You can also use it under your eyes as a little bit of an under eye highlight, but I just love this product. I think it's absolutely incredible. So after you have done that, I'm just going to continue contouring a little bit more. Alright, and I have a really cool, intense contour on. That side looks a little ashy. That's kind of ghetto. But I really like it. I think for this look, a really intense contour like this is needed. And yeah, I'm excited to move on to the eyes now. So for the eyebrows, which I forgot to mention earlier in the video. Oh, and also I contoured my nose just a tiny bit because I felt like the look needed it, but okay, so I am using this cream in mid to light golden olive. This is like a Ben Nye just cream foundation. I'm just using this to kind of get that effect of covering my eyebrows, but also just to kind of block them out and make them not as noticeable in this video. I love my bushy eyebrows for editorial looks, but for this video I feel like they distract a little bit. So I'm just covering those right up. And yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my Sigma blending brush and Stars and Rockets. This is an eyeshadow by MAC, the permanent collection, I believe. And I am just putting that in my crease. And I'm doing a motion back and forth. This is going to kind of create my brow bone and accentuate it. I'm also going up above my brow, if you can see that at all, kind of to create that evil kind of look. And I am blending out as well. Alright, and now what I'm going to do is just add a crazier color on top of that with, here it is. This is kind of an angled little shading brush, but anything angled would work. I'm taking Poison Plum from Sugar Pill. One of my all-time favorite eyeshadows. I use this in like every video. It's kind of sad. So I am doing that V shape again. I'm continuing that down the bridge of my nose just a little bit to create that kind of, whatever it's called, blending. And I'm just blending that out with a kind of fluffy 224 from MAC. I liked it 217 as well, but the 224 I just like the hair fibers better, so it's my personal opinion on that whole thing. And yeah, so I am taking this MAC Press pigment, and this is in Blonde Streak. Taking this with actually just my finger. This is a very, very condensed color. As you can see, it has incredible pigmentation because it is a pressed pigment, and I'm just putting that all over my lid. A little bit on my cheekbone as well. Just add it over there. I'm going to go off and do the other eye. Alright everybody, so I'm back and I did both of my eyes. They're kind of grungy and cool, in my opinion. So now what I am going to do is under my eye I'm going to add blue-brown pigment. I really like this color. And it is basically a blue with a holographic undertone of a brown with a holographic undertone of blue. And it's pretty cool. I'm just putting that right under the eyes. And now what I'm going to do is add this Stardust, Urban Decay Stardust in Bobby Dazzle. I'm just adding that with my finger actually, and putting that on my brow bone. On the bridge of my nose. And a little bit on my highlight as well. Now I'm going to go back to contouring. Add a little bit more contour. So now what I'm going to do is for my lipstick, I'm going to add Myth by MAC. And just going to add that in the middle. Then I'm going to add a cream sheen in Fashion Whim. Add that in the middle as well. And now I'm going to go off and blend this all in. So I'm back. This is a very, very, very grungy look, and I am okay with that. I feel like some people aren't going to like it, but I've added a lot of MAC's gloss and a lot more of that really extreme, insane highlight. So this is very editorial, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And okay, until next time, talk to you all later. Bye.